Hello everybody, welcome back to another day of training every single day. I started off today with some hand balancing. And what kind of training did I get into today? Overall, I think it was pretty good. It was more on the easier side, but I really do feel like it's important to maintain some level of intensity over a long period of time to make a lot of improvement. Now, looking at these handstand alignments were very good, probably the best handstand alignments I've had in quite a while. Probably due to I'm most comfortable doing handstand push-ups or bent arm handstand presses. So it does make sense that my handstand alignment was good, better there than with the straight arm hand holds. After that, I got outside today. Very good to train in nature, very inspirational just to be outside in nature, very relaxing. I tried to do some hanging, but my shoulders were just not up to it today. I tried to get into it, they were kind of tired, and that slight aggravation I have had in the past from doing bridges, I was kind of feeling it doing the hanging. So I just took it pretty short. Normally I'd hang up there for a minute or two. And after that, this was all pretty much at the same time. I went right to doing some horse stance outside. I thought about doing it inside, but I just wanted to get outside in nature. It's a lot better because there's a lot of other variables that help you be more robust in your patterns of movement, like the wind, the unstable ground, natural terrain, and you get some benefits from the sun and fresh air. So I do a horse stance, trying to fortify the hips, get some stronger legs. I didn't hold this horse stance for too long, only about 90 seconds, but I really did feel a very strong connection to my lower legs, and I felt it really work the entire leg instead of just the quads, which is not ideal. I ideally want to work the butt and the entire leg down into the feet, and I really felt it into the feet. So I was really happy with my technique, even though that the time wasn't that much, and I really stayed very static. I normally like to add some leg lifts, but some static isometric training is very good. Isometrics are a very good way to build strength. Later, I got into doing some slackline, but this was pretty close after doing the horse stance, and I think that's why my stability was really bad and I couldn't really balance it too well. As you can see, I only got about halfway across and then fell off. Still, slackline's a very fun way to train your balance, coordination, and if you get really good at it, you can slightly challenge some cardio. I have once. Just like jump rope, I was able to get one good cardio session in, but I hope to get many more. That's one of my goals, short-term wise. And then I do some calf raises, trying to add some bulk to the calves, stability of the ankles. Really just add bulk to the calves. A secondary goal would be able to jump higher and jump off higher things. But I just do this for aesthetic purposes. I've really been focusing on controlling the eccentric. Even though my technique I felt was pretty good, I am working to improve controlling the eccentric and keeping tension through it. And at the end, after doing as many calf raises as I can, I do an isometric hold at about a neutral position, but I'm at a deficit, so neutral position with a deficit. I thought that I angled the camera down that you could see my feet, but I'm sorry about that. I'll make sure to correct that for next time. And don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel. I do have a goal of getting to 5,000 subscribers, so share the video if you want to someone else who likes to do some daily movement or could use some inspiration in their training. And I'll have a special Q&A video for when I get to 5,000. So I get into playing some golf today. JK, I do some shoulder stretches. The shoulder jump rope is a move that's slightly less intense totally. It's slightly less fatiguing and intense systemically. But for the shoulders, you actually do get a better stretch in the shoulders than with the bridge. So I might be doing some shoulder jump rope or the bridge. I don't like to do both because I feel like that's just too much on the upper body. And when you do it in a squat, you do get to challenge some of the ability in your posture and full body mobility just from doing it in the squat. Being able to squat down and putting your hands overhead is a really good test of mobility. I still have to lean forward quite a lot and lift my butt up just a little bit when I do these, but I do feel like my mobility is pretty solid and I have a pretty good path forward to training it. I spend most of my time here trying to stretch out the hips, trying to understand the hips, because I think the hips are kind of a weak point in my understanding and training on how to use them and coordination. So mainly laterally. So I did spend a good amount of time doing the 90-90 positions, trying to figure out some of the gaps in my knowledge and coordination here. The weather is getting nicer, and I'll be able to do some more training outside, which is really good for a lot of the reasons I mentioned in the beginning of the episode. And I think after this week, I should be able to do some training outside daily, which I'll very much like. Right now, it is very windy, very rainy, which does lead to some problems not being able to train outside in the rain. I do like to train outside in the rain occasionally, not all the time, and I kind of have to be in the mood for it. But like I said, there's some added variables. The rain is just like the wind. It challenges your stability slightly, making you to have better technique and better adaptability in your movement patterns. I finish off today's nighttime stretching with some feet and ankle training with the toes. I stretched out the hamstring standing and then tried to get into a sickled position of the feet, trying to get the ankles nice and strong and get the toes kind of worked out. Eventually, I'd like to do this with no hand support. That might take a little bit more time. Then I get into some finger training. I train the pushing of the fingertips along with the scissor and the pinching and anti-pinching motions you can do with your hands, along with the extension of the hands. I have a more in-depth tutorial in the tutorial playlist called How to Do Fingertip Push-Ups. Pretty good info there if you want to check that out. But I like to do them at night every day because tendon training is slightly different than muscle training. You really need to spend a lot of time getting a lot of blood into there to recover. And I have developed some pretty strong fingers. Not super strong, but with the amount of time I spent with them, I've gotten a good amount of reward for the investment that I spent training. So that's pretty much what I did for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. And I hope you guys get to move and improve and don't give up on anything. Always keep trying to get better even when things look grim. So thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and bye-bye.